After losing the season opener, the JMU Dukes have ripped off 4 consecutive wins, but if they want that 5th win, they have to go through the Florida State Seminoles today, one of the best teams in the ACC. Now, if you guys are hyped for this episode, let's hit 500 likes. And if you want to see more, make sure you subscribe because we have plenty more coming for you guys. Now, JMU is the number 18 team in the nation, BYU sitting at number 25, and Florida State's just outside of that. Rock Thomas has now moved ahead of Miles Gaskin as the top Heisman vote getter at this point in the season. Now, starting off the game, Joe Disher to John Miller, the 12-yard connection. If you want to win today, we have to make sure that we beat up on Florida State's defense and do it early. Now, Drew Coates gets a big reception there, but Florida State has some of the best defensive backs in the country. They have one of the best defenses in the country, so we have to make sure that we're on our A game today. We limit our turnovers, and most importantly, our defense steps up. But look at the offense. The offense is clicking. Joe Disher to John Miller is being a huge connection as another pass goes through there. And we throw a little pass here to Cameron King. Cameron King comes in as the backup halfback. He finds his way down to just about the 10-yard line, 21 yards there. Now, second and goal, Disher's in the pocket, throws one, but no, he gets intercepted. Joe Disher. We just talked about not having any turnovers, and Florida State is going to take this one all the way back for a touchdown. Just absolutely unfortunate there. Huge play by the Florida State defense, and just as I told you guys, one of the best defenses in the nation, and they absolutely showed it there. Joe Disher had 75 passing yards on that drive. He wanted 85, which would have given him a touchdown, but unfortunately, Florida State returns that one, and that's not the outcome we were looking for as David Knox returns it. Fortunately, though, Auburn does get upset by Texas A&M, so if we can win today, if we can find a way to overcome our last mistake, we could move up at least one spot. Now, a great pass here to Jordan Dodson. It's about time we got him involved into the game. Now, second and 10 for Disher. Pressure's in his face. He throws on the left-hand side. This one is Jordan Dodson again. This dude, call him the magnet. He has the most reliable hands on the entire squad. Now, here in first and 10. A little bit of a read option here. Joe Disher moves his way to the first down marker, but gets lit up on that play. Stay healthy, Joe Disher, because we're going to need you today. Now, 33 across middle, John Miller again. It's been a John Miller and Jordan Dodson show so far in this ball game. Now, going deep over here, we have Sean McMahon. Finally, a different receiver's involved in the ball game, and a great play by McMahon to bring that one in, and now we're at first and goal. Now, handing it off to Cardon Johnson. Cardon Johnson gets hit big there, but oh no. Cardon Johnson might be hurt. It's a pretty tough hit that he took right there, and the trainers coming out to the field. It's not looking good for Cardon Johnson. He actually has a concussion, so he's gone for the entire rest of the game. But look at this, so close to having a touchdown, but also so close to being an interception. Florida State makes a huge stop on third and goal, so fourth and goal. Our kicker comes in. This one's going to be up, and a good field goal there by Payne. So it's not the touchdown that we wanted, but we're only down 4 now. Now, DeAndre Francois is moving his way through the field, his first time on offense because their other touchdown was a defensive touchdown. Now he hands it off to Dalvin Cook, and Dalvin Cook is trying to get his name on that Heisman list as he moves his way down for a 15-yard rush there. Oh yeah, Dalvin Cook, he's absolutely hyped now. Now second and 1, a little bit wide receiver reverse here. Campbell moves his way to the right-hand side. Campbell's going to get inside there, inside the 10 now, so it's first and goal. And moving on to third and goal for DeAndre Francois. Throws one deep. Charles Tuck goes up. He nearly has the interception. That would have been huge if Charles Tuck could have got it. But instead, he gets a deflection. He's still hyped because we're going to force Florida State to kick a field goal here. And this field goal is going to be up, and this one is going to split the uprights. So it's a 10-3 ball game. Could have been worse for JMU, but unfortunately on offense, they can't do anything. So Florida State has the ball back. And look at this. Robert Branch says, give me that. A pick by Robert Branch. Haven't seen his name or his jersey called too much this year, but a great interception. Completely read DeAndre Francois, baited him into what he wanted him to do, and gets that one to give JMU the ball back. And oh, Jimbo Fisher, he is not happy with DeAndre Francois. Now with 3 minutes left here in the second quarter, Joe Disher goes for a read option, but he's stuffed behind the line for a loss of 3 yards. Now back on second and 13, Disher drops way back. He rolls to the right-hand side, makes one defender miss. He's going to try to push his way to the first down marker, but he's dropped just shy of it. So third and 3, Disher's across the pocket, and who else does he find? The magnet Jordan Dodson helps us get the first down. Now, a little bit of a play-action fake here by Joe Disher. He's going to throw in deep to the left-hand side, and John Miller just stays in bounds long enough to get the first down. Now, second and 4, Disher again. Pressure in his face, rolls to the right-hand side, has some guys wide open, throws it, but he overthrows his target. Would have been a beautiful touchdown. So, unfortunately, we have to move now to third and 4. Can we get into the end zone? Disher throws one on the right-hand side. Jordan Dodson, and a great screen there on the edge by the receiver. Jordan Dodson goes into the end zone for a 13-yard touchdown. The first of the day for the JMU Dukes, and the JMU fans, everybody is happy because that's what we wanted to see. It's a 10-10 ball game going into halftime. Our defense has played remarkably well. Our offense is starting to get where we want them to be, but they still have to do a little bit more. Now, if you look at the yards, we are killing in the passing game, rushing game, not so much. Now, Florida State has the ball back. Dalvin Cook is fighting his way through, and he destroys Brett Siegel. Brett Siegel was one of our best players on defense, but he gets lit up by Dalvin Cook there. But Andrew Onford comes back and gets a big answer to drop DeAndre Francois for a loss of 4 yards. Now, second and 14 for Florida State. Francois got all the time in the world. Look at this protection on the offensive line, and he finds Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook is one of the most versatile running backs in the entire country, and he shows it right there with his hands. Now Francois scrambles a little bit, but Maurice Cole pushes the offensive player into Francois and forces the fourth down. But wait, they're not even punting it. They're going for the fake here. They got a guy wide open. Stephen Weldon was going to come up, and Stephen Weldon saves the day with a huge tackle. You don't really see that dude's number get called except on punt returns, but he makes a drive-saving tackle there. Huge play by Stephen Weldon. Now on offense, we have 3rd and 7. We need a conversion here. Disher throws back, but this one is nearly intercepted. Lucky for us, it is dropped. That's why that dude plays on defense, because he can't really catch. Now 2nd and 10, Francois with Florida State having the ball back. Francois is finding his way through, trying to get a first down, but he is dropped short of the marker. Now 2nd and 2, Francois again running up the middle, finding his way through. Someone stop him. We have to run an automatic quarterback spy on him because this dude is running all over us. Now he's going deeper. Here's a man wide open, and Campbell's going to get it. Barrow is going to slam him down at the 1-yard line. So 1st and goal for Florida State. Francois drops back, pressure, and he throws it right to Mavin Sanders for a 1-yard touchdown reception. Brett Siegel nearly had, I believe, a sack on that play, but unfortunately, Sanders is going to get that touchdown to make it 17-10. Now, the Florida State defense, they've given up some yards, but they've been pretty clutch outside of that. Now, JMU back on the offense. 3rd quarter is coming to a close. Disher with the read option here. He's going to move to the left side, pitches it out to Ishmael Hyman. We have not seen this dude's number called. He was a huge playmaker last season. But going into the 4th quarter, we're going to need Ishmael Hyman and the rest of the receivers to come up big for us because we need a touchdown and we need it quick. Now a great pass here, and Cameron King, the freshman, drops that pass. Joe Disher has to be absolutely frustrated. He's balling out of control so far today, but his receivers aren't always coming up. But look at this, the magnet comes back. Jordan Dotson with a 15-yard catch to move us past the midfield marker. He already has six catches for 72 yards. Jordan Dotson is balling out today. And another catch by Dotson. 10 more yards to that already impressive total. We'll hang it off to Cameron King here. He's got plenty of room, and he almost got into the end zone there. Plenty of daylight, but a shoestring tackle probably saved the touchdown. Now 2nd and 13 for Disher. Plenty of time. Rolls to the right-hand side. Pressure's coming. He's going to get sacked. Joe Disher, you can't take those there. You got to get rid of it. So 3rd and 14. A little over 3:30 left. We go to a halfback screen, and Florida State was not expecting a great block there on the edge, and Cameron King is going to get into the end zone. A major touchdown there by Cameron King. The freshman shows some poise. He had a couple bad plays earlier. He dropped that ball when we needed him to, but he makes a huge play when we needed it the most, and now this ball game is tied up. Now Phillips is going to get his way into a first down. Florida State needs to drive, and they have to drive quick, but our defense, we're hoping they can step up, but this is not good. Robert Branch completely whiffs on a tackle. 26 is going all the way down. Barrow has a chance. Barrow is going to trip him up. Robert Branch gets the tackle, but now it's 1st and goal for Florida State. With a little over 2:30 left, we're in trouble. Now Francois goes for a read option, and no, you've got to be kidding me. DeAndre Francois completely fakes out our entire defense, gets into the end zone on that 6-yard touchdown run, and it's now going to be 24-17 with a little over 2 minutes left. The good news is we have all of our timeouts, and Joe Disher has a beautiful pass to Jordan Dotson, but Dotson for once actually drops a pass. Now 2nd and 10, Disher again in shotgun. Plenty of time, pressure's in his face, and this time he finds John Miller, same spot as Jordan Dotson earlier, but this time John Miller holds on to it. Now 2 minutes here, Disher again throwing it across the middle. Jordan Dotson hauls that one in. Another big catch for Jordan Dotson. He made up for that ridiculous drop they had earlier. Now he has 100 yards receiving on the day. Now Disher again across the middle. The middle is wide open. What is Florida State doing? They're not protecting the middle, and Joe Disher is carving him up. Now Disher tries to step up in the pocket, and he gets sacked for a loss of 2 yards there. Florida State's feeling pretty good after that play. So 2nd and 12. Joe Disher back in shotgun again. Plenty of time. Throws to the left-hand side, and Ishmael Hyman. The ball hits you in the helmet. Literally hits you in the face. How do you not put your hands up there? Ishmael Hyman, what is going on in this season? Now here on 3rd and 12, we go to a halfback screen. Cameron King had worked for him earlier, but this time he's slammed down right at the line of scrimmage. So 4th and 12. This is the biggest play of the game. If we get this, we're good. If we don't, it's game over. We throw it, and this one is caught by John Miller. A dime by Joe Disher. One of the best balls he's thrown all game long, possibly even in his career. It's 1st and goal. What are we going to do? We're going to hand it off here to Cameron King, and Cameron King with a beautiful block by the offensive line, and Donovan McGeechee is going to get into the end zone to make it 24-24. What a comeback by the JMU Dukes, but the game's not over. It's still tied up. Our defense needs to step up. Let's see what we can do. Now Phillips is making his way through it. No, Phillips is doing it again. What are we doing? Robert Branch tries to tackle him. Brett Siegel brings him down, but they're past the midfield marker. And with 20 seconds left, Francois is going to try to roll to the right-hand side. Brett Siegel's going to get him down inbounds, forcing him to use another timeout. So they go to a halfback screen here, only one timeout left. We try to get a tackle, we're missing on a couple. Rashad J. Jr. even gets thrown down, but here we go. We've called a timeout, we're icing their kicker. There's 5 seconds left. If they make this, it's game over. Can we stop them? This one's up, and this one is going to be short. The kicker completely shanked that one. So we're going into overtime, 24-24. You guys know how it works in overtime, but if you don't, just in case, first person to score, the defense can try to score again. And we just scored off the break. Cameron King with the huge touchdown. So now what's going to happen is Florida State will have a chance to score. If they score, we go to a second overtime. So now we're on defense with a 31-24 lead. Francois back. Plenty of time, those at the right-hand side. Charles Tutt whiffs. Oliver, though, makes him pay. Get your head on a swivel, young fella. Now 3rd and 6, Francois throws to the right-hand side over Charles Tutt. That is going to be 1st and goal. Now 2nd and goal, Francois in the pocket. Those to the left-hand side, and look who's open. Mavin Sanders, the dude who killed us earlier, gets a touchdown catch. That's 2 passes in the day so far for him. And now Florida State gets the ball back as we rotate sides. Now Francois is looking for a score here, and great block there by Brett Siegel. If he had only intercepted that one, we possibly could have ended the game because that might have been a pick 6. Now 3rd and 7 for Francois and FSU. He's looking for something all the time in the world. Throws one deep, and no one is covering Armin Lane. How is no one covering one of the best receivers on Florida State? He's wide open for a 22-yard touchdown. Things are dicey. We have to score a touchdown here, or it's game over. Now the first handoff is to Cameron King. He cuts it back up the middle, but he's going to be dropped after a 2-yard gain. So 2nd and 8, we're going to a halfback screen. Disher finds Cameron King. It looks like it's working. King's got some room. Can King get to the edge? King turns upfield and gets stopped inside the 10-yard line. So we got a 16-yard play there. It's 1st and goal now for JMU. They hand it off to Cameron King. He goes up the middle. This time he's inside the 5. So incremental progress here. 2nd and goal. Across the middle, and John Miller's going to haul that one in. A 4-yard touchdown run. Ladies and gentlemen, things are going to be interesting. We can kick an extra point here. Tied up, go to a 3rd overtime. But wait, JMU is going for 2. JMU is going for 2. What is happening? If we get it, it's game over. If we don't, we lose. So Disher throws one and he finds Jordan Dodson. Jordan Dodson hauls that one in. He holds on to it. Ladies and gentlemen, the Cardiac Kids, the JMU Dukes, have 5 consecutive wins. They have a ridiculous opponent in Florida State, and they come out with a victory. Joe Disher balled out today, over 42 pass attempts. That dude might have had the most pass attempts ever. He's going to have ice on his arm the entire week. 365 passing yards for Disher, 3 touchdowns, 1 turnover. Cameron King didn't have a ton of runs, but he made it count when he could. 2 rushing touchdowns for that young fella. John Miller and Jordan Dodson were incredible. 18 receptions, 250 yards receiving for both of them, and 2 touchdowns. Brett Siegel balled out on defense. What a game by the JMU Dukes to come through in overtime, to go for 2 points and actually get it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Check the videos on the screen, and I'll see you guys on the next one.